You are listening to the best of Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector with Tabatha L.
This content is for educational purposes only, drawing from our professional and educational experiences and opinions. Please use this information at your own personal or professional discretion. We are not liable for anything you do with this information.
Good evening. Welcome to Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector podcast. I am your host, Tabatha L. On May the 16th, 2025, a powerful EF3 tornado struck St. Louis County and St. Louis City, causing approximately $1.6 billion in damage. The devastating storms, which with winds reaching 150 miles, tragically claimed the lives of 5 people and left 39 individuals injured, impacting 5,000 buildings. The tornado inflicted significant structural damage on various commercial establishments, including restaurants, schools, healthcare facilities, and churches. Additionally, some apartment complexes and historical homes suffered roof dismantling and shattered window destruction. Witnessing firsthand the aftermath of the destructive storm in areas I frequently inspect, I observed numerous fallen trees causing damage to properties, vehicles, and power lines. The uprooted trees and demolished structures, particularly in residential neighborhoods, highlight the storm ferocity. The impact left thousands without power, leading to some residents to evacuate due to the potential gas leaks and unsafe conditions. Notably, Forest Park, renowned for hosting the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, experienced substantial damage, with fallen trees and temporarily closing the main attractions, such as the zoo. Restoration efforts are in progress, with teams diligently clearing debris, conducting repairs, and restoring powers to affected regions. Amid the recovery phase, it is crucial to caution property owners against hasty repair decisions. Beware of opportunists, storm chasers who may exploit homeowners by promising quick repairs and overstating their insurance affiliations. As our community embarks on the path to recovery, let us extend understanding and support to each other during this challenging time, practicing patience and offering grace while fulfilling our civic responsibility are vital as residents navigate the cleanup process and rebuild their lives. In this episode, the focus is on the authority having jurisdiction policy for storm-related electrical work, emphasizing the significance of electrical permits and inspections in maintaining homes and family safety during repair tasks. Homeowners and electrical contractors alike must grasp these procedures to guarantee a smooth process. Insight will be shared from myself regarding storm-related damages, observations highlighting the necessity for all electrical contractors to adhere to the National Electrical Code safety standards, even during emergency repair post-storm. I will discuss the height requirements for the electrical installations. I will address labeling of the apartment and the units. Specific directives for the main electrical service will be outlined. Maintaining weather heads at a specific distance from the cable and utilizing suitable wiring methods. Other critical subjects like preventing water from entering the panel, ensuring tight duct seal, securing connectors adequately, and maintaining clear pathway for electrical equipment will also be discussed. Avoiding obstacles like air conditioning units and fences is crucial to preventing accidents. Understanding and implementing these guidelines collectively contribute to fostering a safer home environment. Prioritizing safety under all circumstances is paramount for safeguarding our living spaces. Let's begin. Following a storm, addressing electrical issues correctly is very important. Storm damage, often a result of falling trees, hail, water damage, and severe weather, poses risk to both electrical systems and residents. Prioritizing safety over speed in restoring power is essential. Adhering to proper protocol facilitate efficient power restoration while safeguarding everyone involved. Collaborating with the authority having jurisdiction holds significant importance. Engaging with local authorities and the local utility company ensures that the repairs work is conducted safely and accurately, minimizing hazard and the overall process. When you are doing electrical work as an electrical contractor, it is important to get a permit. There are several reasons why this is important, but the most important one is safety. Some electrical projects require a permit before you start working on them. Even in emergency situations when quick repairs are needed, you still need to follow up with a permit. If you're building new or making electrical fixes because of the storm damages, you should always hire a licensed electrical contractor. This professional is trained and authorized to handle all of the electrical work, including getting the right permits, scheduling inspections, buying the necessary material, and following safety rules. It's best to choose a local electrician or electrical contractor who has a good reputation. These experts know the community well, and you can check their reviews easily. Now, I would like to read part of the authority having jurisdiction policy for storms. When our area experiences severe weather that results in power outages, the damage to the electrical equipment on the building or the structure, there is a misunderstanding regarding electrical permits and inspection can cause delays in the restoration efforts and confusion in the electrical industry, in which may cause customers to be misinformed. This policy will serve to inform those who may perform storm-related electrical work and those directly affected by a storm what to expect and what is required related to electrical repairs made necessary due to weather-related events. This policy pertains to those buildings and structures that are still able to be occupied after the storm is over. The type of storm damage we most often experience is downed trees and high winds, which cause damage to the electrical utility infrastructure and often the customer's electrical service equipment and wiring. During these events, everyone's focus is directed at restoring power to the customer's equipment, but public safety should not be compromised as a result. The following procedures will provide our best chance to ensure reasonable safety without unnecessarily delaying in the restoration efforts. The authority having jurisdiction has and will continue to coordinate our procedures with the utility to ensure our goals are mutual and prevent procedural conflicts that will cause either entities concerns regarding a safety and or responsiveness. There are 3 scenarios that will be encountered after the type of storm that we experience. The first scenario, damage to the utility infrastructure, cause an outage but no damage to the customer. So that's just damage to the utility infrastructure and did not damage any residential or any commercial properties. That's the first scenario. Second scenario, damage to the customer equipment, but the damage is minor. I have a lot of this in my area. I have some minor damage and some major damage. Under this scenario, at the utility's discretion, they may make a temporary connection to restore power to the customer, informing them later that the repairs may be needed by an electrical contractors or required. The authority having jurisdiction is alerted to these locations to follow up and to ensure permanent repairs are completed within a specific time and in accordance with the authority having jurisdiction code-related permits and inspections. The third scenario is severe damage to the customer's equipment and to the structure. Electrical contractors will be required to make repairs and a permit and inspections will be required before the customer power will be restored. In the event of structural damage, it is unlikely that your power will be restored. So the third case scenario, it's unlikely that your power will be restored if you have a gaping hole or a wall missing or some part of your structure is damaged. Your power will not be restored.
You are listening to the best of Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector with Tabatha L.
In this episode, I will be diving into some important electrical safety requirements, specifically focusing on swimming pools, Article 680 of the National Electrical Code. I will explain why these rules matter to make sure electrical installations are safe and reliable. Here's what you can expect to learn. I will break down the key guidelines that are essential for installing swimming pools. These instructions will help ensure that everything runs smoothly and safely during your home or business swimming pool installation. I will share practical examples to illustrate how these guidelines play out in real life. You will see when and how to apply these rules in everyday situations. I will emphasize the importance of spotting problems with swimming pool wiring methods and electrical installation, and share tips to help make inspections easier. I will also discuss why it's important to follow the National Electrical Code requirements and manufacturer instructions while repairing or installing new in-ground swimming pools. These requirements are essential for making sure all electrical installations are safe. I will also give some common reasons why swimming pools fail electrical inspections. Join me for a helpful and interesting conversation that will help you stay safe and informed about swimming pools. Swimming pools offer a fantastic way to unwind and have fun. But ensuring safety, especially concerning electrical safety, is critical. Issues such as electrical systems, pool repairs, or new installations can result in failed inspections, impacting on the overall swimming experience. In this episode, I will provide some straightforward electrical tips to help ensure your swimming pool meet local regulations, municipality policies, and national safety standards, addressing some common concerns identified by inspectors during evaluations. It is essential to be proactively rectify these electrical issues before your inspection date to maintain a smooth and safe swimming environment for all. Understanding the reasons for inspections is key to upholding a secure home environment and complying with electrical safety protocols. By staying informed about these issues, you can protect your property, adhere to regulations, and prevent future expenses. Key guidelines essential for installing swimming pools. Do I need a permit to do swimming pool work? Yes. If you are planning any swimming pool work at your home or business, an electrical permit and a building permit will be required. Other permits may be required, but please check with the municipality. You may also need a plumbing permit and a mechanical permit, but I'm only speaking of the electrical and the building. The reason why the building permit comes in part with the electrical permit for the pool is because when the inspector arrives on site, we have to have an approved set of plans and the building card to signify that the local municipality knows that work is going on at that location and a swimming pool is being built at that location. It's important to know that you will need a permit before you start work. Any swimming pool installation will require a licensed electrical contractor for all electrical installation. This professional has the right training and the credentials to handle all electrical installation requirements safely and correctly. A licensed contractor will take care of everything for you, such as getting the necessary permits, scheduling inspections, buying the right equipment, and making sure everything meets the local electrical codes. They are familiar with the specific rules that your community or municipality might have, so you can be assured that your project will follow all the necessary guidelines. When you are looking to hire a contractor for your home or business projects, such as swimming pools, it's important to choose someone reliable. Local contractors are often well known in the area, and you can check their reputation through online reviews or recommendations from people you trust. This way, you can feel confident that you will receive good quality work and honest service. If you're working on a project like installing or fixing your pool system, it's a good idea to let your contractor handle everything. As I mentioned, this means you will have a qualified expert managing the work, which will help ensure the job is done safely and correctly. Now, I will share practical examples to illustrate how these guidelines play out in real life. You will see when and how to apply these rules in everyday situations. When working on a swimming pool project, one of the most important steps is getting the electrical inspections done properly. Whether you're upgrading an existing pool, adding a spa or a hot tub, or fixing an older pool, these inspections are essential for keeping everyone safe. If your pool has features that run on electricity, like underwater lights, pumps, or heaters, you will need to pay special attention. These elements require regular safety checks to make sure they work properly and effectively. Check for broken or loose parts. Check for open wirings or open covers. Check for damaged covers or bent covers. Just doing a normal safety check for your pool equipment. These are some things you can look for to make sure that you are maintaining safety around your pool, existing pools. If you are in the process of building a new pool or in-ground pool, it's very important to follow the right steps for the electrical inspections. Make sure you have a swimming pool permit and approved project plans readily available at the job site before the first inspection takes place. It's a good idea to keep this permit secured and protected as in a mailbox to shield it from the weather. Completing a thorough electrical inspection is not just a formality, it's a key part of ensuring safety and enjoyment of your swimming pool. The inspection process includes the initial rough cover inspection. This includes a trench cover for PVC conduits to make sure that it meets the minimum requirements of the National Electrical Code, Article 300.15, the depth. The second or third or possibly fourth inspection, depending on how large your project or your pool is, if you're building a pool house, includes rough cover inspections, examining the bonding or various parts like the mesh, the pool ring, the wet niche lights, the pool lights, the bonding cups,
You are listening to the best of Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector with Tabatha L.
Tonight, I will be sharing critical electrical standards and information on generator installation requirements for residential and commercial. I will provide insight into common reasons generators fail inspections. Stay tuned as I outline the necessary requirements for such installations. Generators offer a critical level of protection against electrical power loss when properly installed. Of utmost importance are the feeder conductor connections to the generator set, the connections from the generator to the transfer switch, from the emergency power source to the distribution system. Any compromises in these connections can cause safety risks and render your emergency power unreliable. What are emergency systems? Emergency systems consist of circuits and equipment intended to supply, distribute, and control electricity for illumination, power, or both. To require facilities when the normal electrical supply or systems are interrupted. Emergency systems will be identified by labels and use transfer equipment, such as automatic transfer switches, to switch from normal power to emergency power source. Its purpose isn't to provide power for normal business operations, but rather to provide lighting and controls essential for human life safety. Related articles for generators. Article 445, generators. Article 700, emergency systems. First, this is your first system, 10 seconds. Article 701, legally required standby systems. This is second priority. It has to provide power within 60 seconds or less after the power loss. Article 702, optional standby systems. That's the third priority after emergency and legally standby required systems. It's to protect for private facilities or properties where life safety doesn't depend on the performance of the system. These systems are not required for rescue operations. Emergency systems are legally required, often as a condition of operating permits for a given facility. Emergency systems provide power for emergency lighting, exit lighting, and exit signs upon loss of main power or in case of a fire. The purpose is to provide emergency power essential for human life safety, egressing from the building and the structure. The goal is to keep the emergency system as reliable as possible. The emergency system must be able to supply all emergency loads simultaneously. The requirements, standards, and references to install a generator. You need a permit is required. You need a generator load calculation sheet. You need a generator. We have a generator policy in my municipality. Also, we can provide you with the electrical ordinance. That also comes into play when you're installing a generator in certain municipalities. Seismic requirements, that's required. Also, for reference, you can look up UL 22 generator certification. So the first thing I mentioned was the permit. The permit is required. A permit is required. The type of permit depends on the municipality or the muni that is contracted. An electrical permit must be obtained to connect the generator to the house or the electrical system or any structure. These permits must be issued over the counter and the installer is on site. So also for that permit, you're going to need to include some crucial information. They're going to issue a permit number. You're going to need the generator KW. You're going to need premise number from the utility company. Depending on the size of the generator, it may take approximately 2 inspections, may be required. Normally, those 2 inspections are rough covers when we're checking the depth and checking the pipe, the conduits. So rough covers, that would be Article 300.15, a final inspection. So remember, the most important thing for the permit is don't forget your KW and don't forget your premise number that you need to get from the utility company. The second thing that I mentioned for the requirements, standards, and reference, generator load calculation sheet.